I had a plan. I graduated from Dartmouth College in 2002 and went to work for an investment firm and then a consulting firm. I really felt like I was on my way. But then in 2008, my aunt lost her battle to breast cancer. And I just knew. I needed to do something that was going to be more meaningful to me. My name is Kelly Murphy, and I came to Babson to help cure cancer. In 2009, I ran the Boston Marathon on behalf of Susan G. Komen for the Cure and raised close to $20,000 for the organization. I realized, thank you. I realized that I could use my business skills and entrepreneurial mindset to help nonprofit organizations advance their mission. Then I came to Babson in 2010, and I was greatly influenced by the culture here. It's a culture that teaches you that no problem is too big and makes you believe in your own ability to make a change. And it's a culture that gave me the courage that I needed to take my fight to the front lines. So I applied to the administrative fellowship position at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute right here in Boston. I was offered the job over 120 other applicants, and I'm proud to say that I'm the first MBA in the role. I start in June. And now I can truly say that I am on my way.
I came to Babson to become an accountant and use my skills to help businesses succeed. My name is Rayshawn Whitford, and now that I'm a senior, I have a choice to make. Do I go to India to serve a fellowship in social enterprise, or do I accept an offer to take over Babson's Entrepreneurship Center in Rwanda? What happened to my original career goal? Babson happened. I came here looking to make a living, but instead was inspired to make a life. Babson has shown me that service is a valid business activity, and that entrepreneurial thought and action can make a difference in the world. Over the last year, I have spent 9 weeks in Ghana. First, working on the Sustainable Design Project with a group of engineering students from Olin College, and then participating in the International Development Design Summit. I helped devise solutions that increased income for beekeepers. I worked to lower malaria rates in a small village. What did I know about malaria or beekeeping? Absolutely nothing. But I believe that knowing too much can keep you from thinking creatively and framing problems correctly. Babson has taught me to widen my horizons and to keep my mind open to opportunities, because that's what entrepreneurs do, and I should know. I am one.
My name is Shoney Yakubjanov, and I am originally from Uzbekistan. My father used to work for the Embassy of Uzbekistan in Washington, D.C. When I was 13, my family flew back home, and I was seated next to a 5-year-old Russian orphan who had flown to the United States in the search of parents. Unfortunately, he was among those who were not adopted. He told me horrible stories of how he was chronically beaten and malnourished. It was that day that I decided to dedicate my life to helping out those who are vulnerable. When arriving to Babson, I learned that through entrepreneurial thought and action, I could make a substantial difference. In the United Nations Development Program, I was able to advocate for the rights of the disabled in Uzbekistan, where they are denied equal rights to education and employment. Due to the current political regime, change is slow in Uzbekistan. So I hope to work here for now and effect change externally. In my current position at HubSpot, I help nonprofits use the power of inbound marketing to get their message out and attract support. I'm thankful to Babson College for teaching me that I could do well while doing good. And believe me, I'm planning to do a lot of good.
You may think an entrepreneur is a person who launches their own startup. I am here to tell you that next month, I will be an entrepreneur, working inside a $4 billion company. My name is Pia Ostos, and before coming to Babson, I worked in brand management at Procter & Gamble. At P&G, I realized that to manage effectively a brand, you need the same skills as someone who manages a business. This is why I chose Babson for my MBA, because we are the leaders in entrepreneurial thought and action. This past summer, after a highly competitive process, I interned at Hasbro, the second largest toy maker in the world. There, they offered me a full-time position as associate brand manager for their global business division. I am the first international hire for the company in that role. Brand management requires passion and creativity, as well as analytical skills. Babson has helped me to develop both sides of my brain. I have learned to think outside of the box and to come up with innovative ideas and solutions, and at the same time, crunch the numbers and make critical decisions. I now have the tools to meet challenges head-on and the confidence to lead teams and turn ideas into action. For me, that's the true essence of being an entrepreneur.
My name is Madeline Pickering, and I'm from Eugene, Oregon. Growing up, Oregon was a bubble for me. In fact, the first time I traveled east of the Oregon border was to come to my Babson interview. And my first real trip outside of this country was also with Babson during my freshman year to Rwanda. That trip to Rwanda opened up the entire world to me. In the last year, I've been to Ghana, Tanzania, and back to Rwanda. And in about 3 weeks, I'm headed to Croatia, Slovenia, Italy, France, and England. Before coming to Babson, I thought that the best way to create social change was through a nonprofit. But what I realized is there are plenty of nonprofits in the world. The problem is people don't feel connected enough to support them. So my idea is that through travel experiences like the one I had in Rwanda, I can put people with means face to face with people in need. In turn, those people with means will feel that connection to support nonprofits. This concept of human connection through travel means so much to me that I got the words "miles to go" permanently tattooed on my foot. Because as Robert Frost said, I have miles to go, and we all do.
You've heard some travel stories tonight. Here's another one. My name is Brandon Bell, and in addition to being an MBA student, I'm a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy Reserve and a submarine warfare qualified officer. After my first year at Babson, I was mobilized to Pakistan. I spent several months in Bahrain and 2 months on the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. After returning to Babson, I tried to pick up where I left off. But the food company that I had started in the summer of 2010, it didn't interest me in the same way. When I joined the Navy, I began to see the world, and I want others to have that adventure too. That's why I'm currently negotiating to purchase an active adventure travel company by the end of this year. It's something that seemed impossible only a year ago. Through my experiences in the Navy, I began to see that the submarine community and the Babson community are similar. They're both comprised of hardworking and intelligent people who value teamwork. But there's one important distinction. In the Navy submarine force, I was taught to be risk averse. But at Babson, I learned to mitigate risk by learning to fail. As President Schlesinger says often, action trumps everything. I believe in my ability to achieve my goals, and I am mobilizing to do that. Thank you.